I'm just gonna leave the camera going on you. So
yeah, sounds good, man. Let's see. Well, they gave him his orders from Monroe, Virginia, saying, Steve, you're way behind time. This is not 38, this is old 97. Fuller in the Spencer on time. So he turned and he said to his big greasy fireman, let's shovel on a little more coal. And when we cross that white oak mountain, just watch old 97 roll. It's a mighty rough road from Lindbergh to Danville on a climb with a 3-mile grade. It was on that grade he lost his air brakes. See what a jump he made. He was coming down the track making 90 miles an hour. His whistle broke into a scream. He was found in the wreck with his hands on the throttle, scolded to death by the steam. So all you ladies, you better take warning from this time on and learn. Never speak harsh words to your true love or husband. He may leave you and never return. Left Kentucky back in '49, went to Detroit working in assembly line. First year they had me putting wheels on Cadillacs. Every day I'd watch them beauties roll by, and sometimes I'd hit my head and cry, cause I always wanted me one that was long and black. One day I devised myself a plan that should be the envy of most any man. I'd sneak it out of there with a lunchbox in my hand. Now getting caught meant getting fired, but I figured I'd have it all by the time I retired. I'd have me a car worth at least $100 grand. I'd get it one piece at a time, and it wouldn't cost me a dime. You know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, cause I'll have the only one there is around. So the very next day when I punched in with my big lunchbox and with help from my friends, I left that day with a lunchbox full of gear. Well, I never considered myself a thief, but Jim wouldn't miss just one little piece, especially if I strung it out over several years. Well, the first day I got me a fuel pump, the next day I got me an engine and a trunk, then I got me a transmission with all the chrome. Little things I could fit in my big lunchbox, like nuts and bolts and all 4 shocks, but the big stuff was stuck out my buddy's mobile home. Now up to now my plans went all right, till we tried to put it all together one night. And that's when we noticed that something was definitely wrong. The transmission was a 53, and the motor turned out to be a 73, and when we tried to put in all the bolts, all the holes were gone. So we drilled it out so that it would fit. With a little bit of help from an adapter kit, we had that engine running just like a song. Up there at the courthouse, they didn't laugh, cause I typed it up and took the whole staff. When they got through, the title weighed 60 pounds. I got it one piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime. You know it's me when I come through your town. Gonna ride around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, cause I have the only one there is around. Yeah, there, Red Ryder. This is the Cottonmouth in the Psychobilly Cadillac. Come on. Yeah, this is the Psychobilly, and negatory on the cost of this machine there, Red Ryder. You might say I went up to the factory and picked it up. It's cheaper that way. What model is it? Well, it's a 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 automobile. It's a 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70 automobile. much from on me, just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Oh, I don't blame him cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did, before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought that it was quite a joke, and he got a lot of laughs from lots of folks. See, I had to fight my whole life through. Some girl would giggle and I'd get red, some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got keen. Roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and the stars. I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill that man who'd give me that awful name. It was Gatlinburg, mid-July, and I just hit town, my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon in a street of mud, there at a table dealing stud, sat that dirty mangy dog named me Sue. I knew that snake was my own sweet dad by the worn out picture that my mother had. Knew that scar in his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue, how do you do? Now you're gonna die." Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, come up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. So I busted a chair right across his teeth. We crashed through that wall out into the streets, kicking and gouging in the mud, the blood, and the beer. I tell you, I fought tougher, man, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun, but I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gotta make it, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name, I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped to make you strong. He said, "Now you just fought one hell of a fight. I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now when I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and spit in the eye. 'Cause I'm the son of a beep that named you Sue." What could I do?
Remember that song?
I got all choked up and I threw down my gun, called him a pawn, he called me a son, and come away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm gonna name him Bill or George, anything but Sue. I still hate that name.
What about Casey? Gonna name him Casey?
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
My name's John Prentice III. We keep it all simple in my family.
That's okay. My dad and brother are Jim's. My mom and I are Jenny's. And when we used to vote and had to sign in.
My son's the fourth. I want him to name his son Johnny Five, you know, because Johnny Five is alive, the best movie in the world, but I don't think he's down for that.
Just saw some friends of over 60 years and heard that Harry Crowell V was born recently.
Ah, that's awesome.
Elaine, let's keep going. Listen to some more music. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I left home when the kid was 3, and it sure felt good to be fancy-free, though it wasn't the fatherly thing to do. But that kid kept screaming and throwing up and pissing in his pants till I had enough, so just for revenge, I went and named him Sue. It was Gatlinburg, mid-July, and I was getting drunk, but getting by, getting old and going from bad to worse. Went through the door with an awful scream, came the ugliest queen that I've ever seen, screaming, "My name is Sue, how do you do?" Then he hits me with his purse. Now this ain't the way he tells the tale, but he scratched my face with his fingernails, bit me in the thumb and kicked me with his high-heel shoes. So I hit him in the nose and he started to cry, and he threw some perfume in my eye. I tell you, it ain't easy finding a boy named Sue. So I hit him in the head with a cane-back chair, and he screamed, "Hey, Daddy, you messed my hair!" Hit me in the navel and knocked out a piece of my lens. So I hit him in the nose, and he started crying. He threw some perfume in my eye. I tell you, it ain't easy to find a boy named Sue. He was spitting blood, and I was spitting teeth. We crashed through the wall out into the streets, kicking and gouging in the mud, the blood, and the beer. Then out of his Garter, he pulls a gun. Am I about to get shot by my very own son? And he's screaming about Sigmund Freud, looking grim. Whoa. So I thought fast and I told him some stuff, how I named him Sue just to make him tough. Guess he bought it 'cause now I'm living with him. Yeah, he cooks and sews and cleans up the place. He cuts my hair and he shaves my face and irons my shirts better than a daughter could do. And on the nights that I can't score, well, I can't tell you anymore. But it sure is a joy having a boy named Sue. Yeah, son is fun, but it's a joy to have a boy named Sue. How high's the water, mama? 2 feet high, right? How high's the water, papa? She said it's 2 feet high and rising. We can make the road in a homemade boat, 'cause that's the only thing we got left to float. It's already over all the weed and oats. 2 feet high and rising. How high's the water, mama? 3 feet high and rising. How high's the water, papa? She says 3 feet high and rising. Well, the hives are gone, I've lost my bees. The chicken all sleeping in the willow trees. Cows in the water up past their knees. 3 feet high and rising. How high's the water, mama? 4 feet high and rising. How high's the water, papa? She said it's 4 feet high and rising. Well, hey, come look through the window pane. The bus is coming, gonna take us to the train. Looks like we'll be blessed with a little more rain. 4 feet high and rising. How high's the water, mama? 5 feet high and rising. How high's the water, papa? She said it's 5 feet high and rising. Well, the rails are washed out north of town, and we gotta head for higher ground. We can't come back till the water goes down. 5 feet high and rising. Well, it's 5 feet high and rising.
That's gonna be awesome.
How high's the water, mama? 2 feet high and rising. How high's the water, papa? She said it's 2 feet high and rising. We can make to the road in a homemade boat, 'cause that's the only thing we got left to float. It's already over all the weed and oats. 2 feet high and rising. How high's the water, mama? 3 feet high and rising. How high's the water, papa? She said it's 3 feet high and rising. Well, the wells are washed out north of town. We gotta head for higher ground. That one fell apart. Riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way. And all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw plowing through the ragged skies and up a cloudy draw. Their brands were still on fire and their hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny, and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the skies, for he saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cries. Yippee-yi-oh, shirt's all soaked with sweat. He's riding hard to catch that herd, but he ain't caught him yet. 'Cause they've got to ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride on, hear their cries. As the riders loped on by him, he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell, riding on our range, then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride. Try to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies. Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-yay. In the sky, as the riders looked on by him, he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell, or riding on our range, then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride. Try to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies. Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-yay. Sky. Ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. Turned out to be a nice day today, huh?
Yeah, first day of summer too.
Yeah.
Gotta love that, huh?
It's awesome. I was worried because it was so like cloudy and overcast yesterday. Or
Oh,
day
yesterday it
before
rained. It even rained.
I know. I was like, oh no, this is gonna ruin everything.
Well, the sun gods came out.
It's beautiful out right now. It's perfect. Thanks, man. Well, I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt, and the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. Then I fumbled in my closet, threw my clothes and found my cleanest dirty shirt. And I washed my face and combed my hair, stumbled down the stairs to meet the day. I smoked my mind the night before with cigarettes and songs I'd been picking, but I lit my first and watched a small boy cussing at a can that he was kicking. And I walked across the street and caught the Sunday smell of someone's frying chicken. And it took me back to something that I lost somewhere, somehow along the way. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, I'm wishing, Lord, that I was stoned. 'Cause there's something in a Sunday that makes a body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying that's half as lonesome as a sound on this sleeping city sidewalk. And Sunday morning coming down, park, I saw Daddy with a laughing little girl that he was swinging. And I stopped beside the Sunday school, listened to the songs that they were singing. And I head across the street, and somewhere far away a lonely bell was ringing. And it echoed through the canyons like the disappearing dreams of yesterday. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, I'm wishing, Lord, that I was stoned. 'Cause there's something in a Sunday that makes a body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying that's half as lonesome as the sound on this sleeping city sidewalk. And Sunday morning coming down. How's it going, man?
Hey, hey, man.
Hi, John Prentice.
Oh, nice. I'm Matt or Matthew.
Matt?
Yeah, the thing that you prefer. Yeah, I'm Matt Wells. I'm from the Daily World, and I've been writing and taking photos for the paper the last few weeks.
Awesome.
For music feature each week, and I thought for this,
It's perfect,
why the hell not, right?
right? Yeah. Yeah, the weather even worked out for us. Yeah, it turned out to be an awesome day today.
See, and was wondering, are you playing original songs or?
I have some originals and stuff. I'm doing mostly Johnny Cash stuff, but I got a bunch of originals too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see, and what was the song that you were last playing there?
Sunday Morning Coming Down. That's a Johnny Cash tune.
Oh, see, nice, and I see your nice, sleek Yamaha here.
Yeah, Yamaha, man. It's no Gibson or nothing, but it gets the job done.
Let's see, hey, you know what? I've seen, let's see, I think it was Gary King, who I saw on YouTube, playing a child's guitar. A child's guitar, I mean like...
I have one and I love playing it.
Yeah.
It's great. It's tiny. It's awesome. I love it.
Right, and the thing is, I think he was playing Rain and Blood,
Nice.
on the guitar.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that old saying of it really doesn't make a difference what guitar you use. The musician makes a guitar.
Right? Exactly. Yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that.
So are you from Aberdeen?
Yeah, I live here in Aberdeen. Yep.
And what do you think of this event today?
I am absolutely loving it. It turned out awesome. I'm glad so many people showed up. The weather's great. I'm really happy with the turnout.
people showed up, and the weather's great.
I love it.
It's very, very cool.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, and was wondering about how long have you been playing guitar?
20 years, I'd say, probably. You know, from when I first started dinking around with it, you know. Johnny Cash and Hank Williams are my two favorite musicians. Dang, that's gonna be an awesome picture.
Let's see, right? Let's see, right? I'll show you. See, I don't normally show people, but
Nice. Oh, I love it. Oh, dang, that's so cool.
let's see, right? And the thing is, when I saw those, I was like, seems like he likes Metallica with, you know, riff, life.
That's so funny. Metallica was my favorite band until I heard Johnny Cash. And that was it for me, man. Johnny Cash and Hank Williams Sr. they ended up being my all-time best favorites. And I almost stopped listening to Metallica completely.
Oh, wow.
So funny.
What's your favorite band until you heard